If you're here, you've probably seen the title and thought, what? Conspiracy theories made someone a millionaire? I get it. It sounds insane. But let me tell you this. Diving deep into the truth about how the world actually works, not how we were taught it does, played a massive role in my financial success. I went from being a college dropout to a multi-millionaire in my 20s, and understanding the hidden layers of reality was key to making that happen. This isn't a pessimistic rant about how the world is out to get us. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It all started during my freshman year of college, when I asked my economics professor why we couldn't audit the Federal Reserve, especially after witnessing billions funneled into bank bailouts that contributed to the financial collapse. His response? Shut up. That didn't sit well with me, and from that moment, my curiosity exploded. I began questioning everything. Here's something most people don't realize: the term conspiracy. Let me share another story that might blow your mind. At one point, the idea of becoming a best-selling author seemed utterly absurd to me. I failed English in high school. I wasn't some literature prodigy in college. I only got in because I was good at basketball. So I knew I had to do something radical to shift my mindset if I wanted to succeed. What I discovered was powerful: hypnosis and autosuggestion. Think about it. When your parents first taught you your name, they didn't say it once. They repeated it over and over until it became automatic and you identified with it. That's how our brains work. We become what we hear and believe repeatedly, whether intentional or not. Imagine if they'd only said your name once. You'd likely forget it entirely. I decided to use this concept to reprogram myself into becoming a successful author. Here's the kicker. I want you to think about everything you desire in life: love, health, money, career, and understand that the only reason you don't. For a long moment, Cameron stood frozen, his gaze locked onto the reflection in the mirror. The man staring back at him was a stranger, an expensive suit draped over sharp features, an imposing presence that had always defined him. But now it all felt like a poorly placed disguise, as if at any second the image would shatter and reveal who he truly was. But who was he? A Pierce? A Bryant? Or neither? He took a deep breath, placing his hands on the cool porcelain of the bathroom sink, closing his eyes for a moment. His mind spun with too much information, too many emotions, too many truths. He had spent his entire life believing he was someone who never really existed. Now he needed to find out who he truly was. But the most terrifying question still haunted him. When he finally found the answer, would he be able to handle it? Cameron spent the entire night awake, sitting in the armchair in his room, staring into the darkness. By the time the sun began to rise, painting faint streaks,